Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to What I've Been Warming Wednesday. So I've got my stacks of bars here that I've warmed in my house over the last week, and I'll kind of go through them individually and give you warm reviews and tell you how they performed in my house. So we'll start with the open layout area. The first thing I did was Halloweentown. So I did 6 cubes in 3 different warmers, and Scentsy says this one is cranberry, apple, and spiced cedar wood. And to me, this doesn't really smell so much like that. I can get apple, and I do get some kind of berry, but I would almost think it's like currant or blackberry. And there's almost like a bakery note to this. Like there is a little bit of a cedar wood here, but usually cedar wood tends to be quite a strong note. And in here, it's really not. So if cedar wood scares you, there's not a ton of it in here. But there is like a bakery note, and it kind of reminds me a lot when it's warming of Fairy Tale Pumpkin, the October scent of the month. It has very similar tones. It's got that same kind of like almost blueberry note to it. I get like blueberry, blackberry, something like that, with like some kind of bakery undertone and just a little bit of that woodsiness. I really liked it. It was nice. It was definitely a one-day scent in my open layout, but about a medium strength for sure, maybe medium plus while it was going. But definitely just a one-day scent. It didn't last overly long in there, but I was happy with the performance. I will repurchase this one. I liked that a lot. Next I did a mix, and it was a good mix. I had been meaning to try pumpkin cinnamon swirl with pumpkin roll. So I did 4 cubes of each. So I did 1 of each in 4 different warmers in my open layout. So pumpkin cinnamon swirl is, I think it's a bakery scent. Well, let's do pumpkin roll first. Pumpkin roll is pumpkin pie filling surrounded with yellow cake, pecans, butter, and spice. And pumpkin roll is kind of like a cinnamony, but not overly spicy at all, like pumpkin bun. And on cold, pumpkin cinnamon swirl is like a pumpkin cinnamon bun to me. So this one has like definite cream cheese frosting, a lot of it. And this one for me is really good, but I'm not a big cream cheese person. So I thought mixing pumpkin roll with it would just be like delicious and a good balance. So pumpkin cinnamon swirl, they've actually got pumpkin cinnamon swirl in the spice category, which I don't know that I agree with. I think this should definitely be in the bakery category. So pumpkin cinnamon swirl is fresh pumpkin garnished with cinnamon stick and a dollop of whipped icing. I would say there's a lot of that whipped icing, and I would say it's cream cheese icing. And it is a really good one. Not too heavy on the cinnamon, and neither is this one. Together though, oh my gosh, was this a good mix. I loved it. I will definitely do that again. I'll need to get more of pumpkin cinnamon swirl because I've finished it now, but loved it. I've also got pumpkin rolled pods in my car right now, and I'm really enjoying it in there as well. It's just a really nice like bakery spicy fall scent without being too much spice or too foody. It's a nicely balanced fall scent pumpkin roll. And with that pumpkin cinnamon swirl, just adds the frosting element. It was really nice. I would say medium strength in my open layout with the 8 cubes total. So it was a full bar at the end of the day of wax. And it was only about a day and a half. So not overly long lasting, but good strength, and it was really, really good. Like worth doing again, I think. So that was delicious. Good for like a weekend day when you're going to be home to like enjoy it. That was nice. Next we did apple s'mores. Just finished up a bar of apple s'mores, and this one is like, it's got a bunch of stuff in it. It's got like apple, marshmallow for sure. I think there's wood notes in here, and maybe like coconut of all things. There's different things in here. I'll put the notes below. This one is really good. The cedar wood is definitely, I think there's some kind of cedar wood in here, or some kind of wood. And it's very smellable with just the empty clam here. But in the warmer, this is like sort of a deep, more complex apple marshmallow scent. There's no spice to it that I detect. It's just like a, and I don't get graham cracker from this, but I do get like warmth, maybe like a fireside type note, but no smoke at all. It's more just like a woodsy apple marshmallow. And it sounds weird, it is kind of weird, but it's a really good scent and a strong performer. So this one was 2 days, and it was 4 cubes in the open layout to finish off the bar. So that was 2 cubes and 2 warmers. So liked that a lot. If this came back, I would buy more. Apple s'mores. Then I did Perfect Pumpkin Pear. I got this on clearance recently, and I'll put the notes below. I don't know them off the top of my head. If I had to guess, pumpkin and pear. Maybe apple. There's almost like an apple juice note. Kind of similar to the one that's in, like, is it the Muppets bar that has an apple juice note? Kind of similar to that. It's nice. It's a sweet, fruity juice, like a sweet, fruity, juicy type scent. And it's a nice kind of mix up from the like bakery and the spice scents. So I would say this is a fruity category scent. And I would say the pumpkin isn't so much like a bakery pumpkin. It's more like a fresh pumpkin without smelling. It doesn't smell like pumpkin guts, like real pumpkin guts. But I could see it being pumpkin. And the pears, they're nice too. It's a nice scent. It's crisp and juicy and bright. Perfect for like a sunny fall day when you're not really feeling the spice. So we enjoyed that a lot. That was 6 cubes and 3 warmers in the open layout. And again, not a long-lived scent. Definitely like a one-dayer, like maybe 10 hours. But it was really nice. We enjoyed it. And the last one for the open layout is this mix that I did. So I did half a bar, 4 cubes of Autumn Hearth, and then 2 cubes of Cedar Cider. So what I ended up doing was just in the 4 warmers in my open layout, I did 2 cubes and 2 warmers of Autumn Hearth, and then 1 cube and 2 of the warmers of Cedar Cider. So Scentsy says Autumn Hearth is apple, cinnamon, and tonka. This one is like very traditional fall, like apple spice, kind of smells like a craft store, like when you walk into Michael's in the winter. Those cinnamon brooms, like a very like cinnamony type apple with some woodiness to it. I like this a lot. It's very like traditional, a very traditional fall scent. So if you're not big into like the traditional fall apple spice scents, you probably won't like this. But I like it a lot. Got to be in the right mood for it, but I do like it a lot. And then Cedar Cider. This was my first time warming Cedar Cider. And I'm hesitant to give a full review on Cedar Cider because I've not melted this one by itself yet. So I've warmed Autumn Hearth on its own before and then mixed with just 2 cubes of this. I've never warmed Cedar Cider by itself. So what does Scentsy say about it? I would think it would be in the spice category as well. Oh, no, in the woods category. So they say apple, cinnamon sticks, vanilla bean, and white cedar. So it sounds like it should be similar to Autumn Hearth, and they're kind of in the same vein. But it says Cedar Cider has like that wood bit to it. And there is some wood to this. It's not overly woody. I would say it's almost sweeter than Autumn Hearth, just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. So yeah. Strength-wise, this was medium to strong, and it lasted a full 2 days, like 48 hours around the clock. So really liked that. Longevity-wise, this was a great mix. Autumn Hearth is good for strength on its own as well, and for duration. So if you like a long-lasting bar, Autumn Hearth might be it. And Cedar Cider was a nice pairing with this, but I will reserve judgment on the throw and the strength because I don't know. They're similar enough that I don't know what I was smelling was Cedar Cider or Autumn Hearth. But I know that Autumn Hearth is long-lasting. So that was a good mix. I would probably do that again, but I think I want to warm the rest of this bar by itself to see how Cedar Cider does alone. In my office at home, I did the last couple cubes of my bar of Walnut Raisin Muffin. And this one I had done the rest of the bar in my open layout last week, and I loved it, but it was super, super light and short duration. So I did the last 2 cubes in my office at home, which is a smaller room, not a ton of airflow. So I thought it'd be a nice smaller space to use this in. And it was. And this scent is so good. I love this scent. And it was good in the office. So 2 cubes in there was great. It was solid medium. It lasted a couple days. No complaints there. I liked that. I might buy another bar because I would even do this in my bedroom, I think. This is a bakery scent that I could see doing in my bedroom. And usually I don't do bakery in there. But I would for this one. This one's really good. Performance-wise, it's not a home run for me, but I would repurchase, and that's Walnut Raisin Muffin. So the scent itself is like, you definitely get raisin. Like I get like a purple raisin. And I think it says golden raisins. I smell purple raisins. Just a hint of spice, not a lot. Like a spice cake. Like a spice cake or a spice muffin. It's so good. I don't get nuts specifically, like no walnuts specifically, but love this. Would probably repurchase. Then in bathrooms, I did red pear and pomegranate, 1 cube in each bathroom, and Scentsy has this one in the fruity category. So I'm looking for this one in our fall winter catalog, and I'm not seeing it for the life of me. I thought for sure this one was in the fall winter catalog, but I'm not seeing it. So if I'm crazy, correct me in the comments below, but I can't find it. But the notes are probably red pear and pomegranate. And for me, this one's not a favorite of mine. I get a very sharp note to it, and I'm not sure what it is. Because I like pomegranate and I like pear, but there's something else in here that's very sharp to my nose. And it does kind of tone down a bit on warm, but it's still there. But for the bathroom, this is a nice like fruity scent. Not bad at all. Does okay performance-wise, like, well, maybe like medium plus, medium strong, somewhere in there. Duration-wise, I would say is average, but at least a medium to like strong performance. So that's red pear and pomegranate. I won't repurchase this. I'm just going to use it up in the bathrooms. But if you like a nice fresh, like fruity scent for this time of year, there's that one. But we do have the cleaning bundle right now in this scent, and I could see that working nicely. The red pear and pomegranate. Then in the bathrooms, I wanted to do 1 cube in each bathroom of Spring Forward. And this I got in my club subscription as part of the Bring Back My Bars from last summer. And this one is like a floral. It's like a very springtime-ish, like light floral. It's not heavy or heady in any way. It's just very clean and light. It's pretty. I couldn't tell you what kind of floral. I want to say like tulips or something springtime-ish. Maybe daffodil, like just spring florals. It's really pretty. Strength-wise, solid medium. Duration, I would say long, like on the longer side. I think I could smell this in the bathrooms for like 3 days. So not bad at all. Whoa. Whoops. Yeah, I like this. Will it stay in my club? I don't know. It's a really nicely done floral. Kind of reminds me along the same lines as Down the Aisle. I think this performs better. I'm just not a huge floral person. This is a very nice floral, and a floral that I would probably drift to more than other florals. But I don't know if I'm going to keep it in my club or not. We will see if I reach for this a lot. But it is a nice floral. If you like florals at all, this is a really pretty one to try. If you're averse to florals, you may still be okay with Spring Forward. But it's a nice one. So there's Spring Forward. Then in my daughter's room, I just did 1 scent in her room this week. She has decided that her Above the Clouds warmer is too bright and she doesn't want it on anymore, so that's fair enough. It's her room. So we have not been melting as much wax in there. So we do have 2 cubes of Candy Crave in there, and I turn it on during the daytime when she's awake, and it's such a nice scent. It's perfect for her room. It's like a light candy-ish type fragrance, like cotton candy. Yeah, and it lasts a good amount of time. This is one of those scents that's fairly light in strength, but lasts for a really long time. So I've done a whole bar in her room before, not at the same time, but I've been through one of the bars in the past that was melted all in her room. It lasts for days, like days and days if it's going 24/7. Right now it's not, so it lasted all week, just turning it off and on, off at night, on during the day. yeah, like this a lot. I will keep this in my club for her. And hopefully I find a element warmer that she prefers that we can have in her room, because she likes her scents, but she doesn't like the light. Okay, then in our room, I did 2 cubes of My Wish, and this is like Violet Marshmallow and Fig. One of my all-time favorites. Love it. Very sweet, just a little bit of violet, not a floral scent though. I would say it's definitely heavier on the marshmallow and the sweetness of that fig. So beautiful. Love this one. Last 3 days, it's a good performer. Medium strength, 3 to 4 days. It's a good one. Then I tried, the last thing I tried in my bedroom was Icicles and Evergreen, the scent cup from the Whiff Box, which is the new scent of the month for November. And I'll put the notes below. It is I would categorize it as a fresh scent. It's like a pine evergreen scent with like fresh notes to it, like fresh air or like aquatic notes or something along that line. It was strong, like very strong. In my bedroom, I would say it was actually too strong. And I don't know if I've ever said that. I would say it's too strong. My husband even came in and was like, whoa, like it just like blows you over when you walk in the room. So I would say Icicles and Evergreen might be a really, really good open layout scent. If you have high ceilings or a very large open space, Icicles and Evergreen should be a good one. Duration wise, it would not die. This scent just kept going and going. So it was day 3 and I finally took it out because, to be honest, I don't care for this scent. Like, it's okay, it's a well done scent, I know that. It's just I don't personally prefer Christmas tree type scents, and I really don't prefer Christmas tree scents that have like perfuminess to them. And so this one does kind of lean towards the perfumey side to me, kind of like a cologne-y or perfumey type note. And it kind of gave me a headache a little bit. So after 3 days, I was ready to be done with it because it was not showing signs of slowing down much at all. So I switched it out for My Wish at that point to give my nose a break. But performance-wise, this one knocks it out of the park. One of the strongest I've tried, one of the longest lasting. And I would say it's a good scent. It's just not a scent for me. So if you're into fresh scents or pine scents, give it a try. But it does kind of lean a little bit perfumey to me. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are if you've warmed this or if you've smelled it. It's not a bad scent. It's actually a pretty nicely done scent. It's just not a scent for me. But performance-wise, I think anyone who likes this scent is going to be very impressed with the performance. So there's Icicles and Evergreen. And that's all I've melted this week in my house. So I will be back in the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to keep in the loop on what's going on and with Scentsy and what I've been warming and all of that stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.